recording, we're talking about table manners. When we're out eating, we were talking about the first course is usually a soup or salad or both. When you're eating your soup, make sure that you scrape off whatever is dripping from the spoon on the bowl before you bring it to your mouth. Straight back, but lean forward over the plate so that anything that does drip drips back in the bowl or back in the plate and not on your clothes. The first thing, what was the first thing that they did? What was the first thing that they did? So when you sit down at the table, the first thing that you do, what do you have that's on the table that you need to prepare with? Anybody know? Juan. Hi, Juan.
I mean, you to put with this, put your close to the plate.
Okay, good. Yep.
Yeah,
You want to
I eat
lean
the
forward so
salad,
you're over the plate.
carrot, the big fish, for the water,
Okay. Well,
water,
the first thing they do to prepare for what is the first thing you should do in preparing for your meal? Thank you, Juan. What's the first thing you should do in preparing for your meal? Andrea.
Use what call it paper towel.
Napkin. Yes.
Napkins, yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna say paper towel, but I'm trying to say napkins.
Right. It's all good. It's all good. Correct answer, though. Correct answer.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So you take your napkin and you either put it across your lap. Some people also put it in the top of their shirt. You can put it in the top of your shirt. So that way it's readily available. If you need to take it, wipe your mouth, and it prevents you from getting anything on your shirt as well. But if you lean forward and eat over your plate, then you shouldn't be getting anything on your shirt. But you can either put it in your lap or tuck it in the top of your shirt. All right. Also, you want to make sure that when you get your salad, how many of you know what is the difference? She said what the difference was between the salad fork and your main entree fork. Who knows what the difference is? What is the difference between the salad fork? Because you always, when you go to a restaurant, you always have two forks. Two forks, one spoon, and a knife. I don't see any other hands raised, so I'm going to have to call on someone who already answered. I only got one hand raised, so Andrea.
Small fork. Use for salad.
The small fork. Good job, Andrea. All right. Andrea said, I know how to eat when I go out.
Yeah.
I got it together in the restaurant. Good job. Good job. Thank you. So you hear that the difference between the two forks, the salad fork and the main entree fork, is the salad fork is the small fork. The salad fork is the small fork. All right. Now, when you have your main entree and you have a piece of meat, chicken, steak, fish, whichever, and you have your knife, if you are right-handed, what hand are you going to hold your knife in? Go ahead, Michelle. The question was, if you are right-handed or if you are left-handed. If you're right-handed, which hand are you holding your knife in? Because you have your knife and your fork if you're cutting your meat or anything on your plate. What hand are you holding your knife in if you're right-handed?
My left hand.
Your left hand?
No, my right hand.
If you're right-handed, you hold it in your right hand. If you're left-handed, you hold it in your left hand. Because you want to hold the knife in your dominant hand because that's the hand that needs the strength to cut and to guide. And you use your fork to also guide your knife. in the specific area that you want to cut. Now, when you get ready to eat the piece that you have cut, what do you do with your knife? Paul, put it on the front of the plate. Okay, so Paul said you put it on the front of the plate. Good job. That is correct. And then what do you do with your fork? What do you do with your fork, Paul? You put it in your dominant hand and you pick up whatever it is that you have cut and you place it in your mouth and eat it. So it seems like it's a lot of steps to do, but when it's routine, it's not really, it goes really quickly when you do it. And you don't even notice that you have done several steps to get that bite of food in your mouth. Again, make sure you chew with your mouth closed, And also in between bites of eating, in between several times, what should you do while you're eating? There's two things. Anybody knows? It has to do with that thing that you have on your lap or tucked in your shirt. Anybody? Paul? A napkin. So in between bites, you should make sure you wipe your mouth, wipe around your mouth so that make sure you don't have any food. You don't have any food on your face or on the side of your mouth. And make sure also, you can also take a drink of your water or your soda or whatever it is that you're drinking, so that you make sure that your food is lubricated to get down and swallow properly. But you want to make sure that you chew your food. Who knows how many times they say you should chew your food? Anybody know? Huh? Is it 20 times? Yeah, it's 20 to 30 times you should chew before you swallow your food, to make sure that it is chewed up properly, because chewing your food up really good makes it easier for you to digest it. It makes it easier on the digestion process. So make sure you chew your food. Don't do one or two chews and then swallow it. Now, what if you have to sneeze or cough? What should you do? You go, hey, Jacob.
Hey,
Oh, if you sneeze or cough, what should you do? If you have to sneeze or you have to cough, what should you do?
sneeze away from the table and into your shirt.
And you can sneeze into your shirt or into they have a
Napkin.
napkin. Good job. Good job. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Paul has a question. Well, it depends on how badly you have sneezed, because some people, yes, you might have to go and wash your hands or what have you. If you've sneezed and you've produced, saliva and all that stuff, you might need to go and blow your nose and wash your hands and everything again. Also, some people like to eat spicy food, right? They like to eat spicy food. And when they eat spicy food, when you eat spicy food, sometimes it makes your eyes water, it might make your nose run, might make your nose run. So when you are eating spicy food and your nose is running, your eyes are running, and you wipe your face or what have you with your napkin, are you going to keep using that napkin to wipe your mouth and stuff with? No. I see everybody shaking their head. No, that napkin then needs to go. And where do you want to put that napkin? So if you've soiled your napkin, and you're at a table full of people, where should you put your napkin? That you've used to clean your nose?
In the trash.
In the trash. You should excuse yourself and probably go to the restroom, wash your hands, put that napkin in the trash. Might need to put some water or something on your face because the spicy stuff is getting a hold of you. And you want to make sure you drink some water or whatever it is that you have to drink to kind of wash it down. You should not wait until stuff is in your mouth, running down into your mouth and all that, or for someone to tell you got to go and clean yourself up. Okay, and if spicy food is that bad on you, then maybe when you're out, you shouldn't order the spicy. Save that for when you're at home, right?
Yep.
If you have something to say and you have a mouthful of food, you have your food in your mouth, is it okay for you to talk? Well, if you put the food kind of off to the side of your mouth, you can still talk, right? I see somebody nodding their head, yes. Everybody's head should be going, no. Because you should not talk with food in your mouth. Why should you not talk with food in your mouth? Why shouldn't you talk with food in your mouth? Hi, Jamari.
I miss Danielle.
Why shouldn't you talk with food in your mouth?
Keep your mouths closed.
Because if you're talking, then your mouth is open with food in your mouth. And you're supposed to be chewing your food with your mouth closed. And the reason you have your mouth closed and you shouldn't be talking is, one, food can come out of your mouth. Food can come out of your mouth and it might go into someone else's plate that's sitting there having dinner with you or lunch or what have you. Also, another thing is when you're talking, you have to breathe to get words out and stuff. And so if you're breathing, you're talking, you're chewing food, it makes it possible for you could choke on a piece of food. So it's not safe to be doing a lot of talking while you're eating. You don't want to be talking with food in your mouth. You want to make sure you swallow that food. You drink something so that you make sure you clean out your mouth, because when you open your mouth, you don't want people to see your food, leftovers in there. So clean out your mouth, swallow your food, drink a sip of water or juice or whatever it is that you're drinking, and then say what you have to say. That's why a lot of times it's quiet at the dinner table. It's quiet. A lot of times, I know people do business lunches and things like that. They wait until they swallow their food. They still use proper table etiquette because you don't want to get food on people. You definitely don't want to spit any food in someone else's plate. Oh, that is like one of my worst fears. For someone to see someone talking to me and their food come over into my plate. Oh my goodness. I cannot say what my actions would be. No. But you want to make sure that you do not talk with food in your mouth, because you don't want food to fall out your mouth or something to go in someone else's plate. And you don't want to be trying to talk and breathe in and chew and swallow at the same time, because you could choke. You could choke. So it's not safe. Kyle, you had something you wanted to say?
Yeah, another thing, did you guys ever mention another thing is like, don't sing at the table.
No, don't sing at the table.
People don't
No.
need to hear you singing.
Not
Or
while
you
you're
might spit out
eating.
food.
You might,
Even so,
yeah.
nobody needs to hear singing elsewhere.
Right. If people don't enjoy your singing, don't don't do it.
And also another thing, people may not like that song. They got radios in the restaurant with music coming out.
Yeah, if they have music, yeah. If they have music in the restaurant, you might want to hum along to a little bit of the tune.
Yeah,
That's fine. But, if it's not that type of restaurant and you're eating, there shouldn't be any singing.
yeah, singing at the table.
Yeah. Good one. Thank you, Kyle.
You're welcome.
Andrea.
Oh, that's what, sometimes I put about to dinner.
Mhm.
I say, excuse me, can I have this and that?
Okay.
So
Good
people
job.
don't
Good
like
job,
it.
Paul. Good job. So Paul is saying that if you are, maybe you need the salt, maybe you need the pepper, you need something to be passed to you, and someone might be speaking, or even if they aren't speaking, you still say, "Excuse me," is the proper thing to say, and then ask for if they can pass it to you. Should you, or what if it's right there? Across, right next to you, but someone is sitting next to you. Is it okay for you to just reach over and grab it real quick? No, that's right, Andrea. That's right. You had something you wanted to say, Andrea?
Dancing. Don't dance in the restaurants.
Oh, yeah. If it's not a restaurant for dancing, no, there's no need for you to be dancing. Ah, yeah, you can't be all at the table.
No. No.
No, no, that's because you might fling something,
Yeah, hit somebody's face.
hit something, knock something
Eyes.
over. Right, right. You could knock something over at the table, your soda,
Yeah.
your drink. Yes, absolutely. No dancing at the table. At the
Nope.
table is not the place. Good
Nope.
job. Good job. Thank you.
You
So, asking for things to be passed down to you, salt, pepper, ketchup, anything, any of your condiments, ask someone to pass it to you. Don't reach across because you don't want to get anything in someone's food, or it's just rude to reach over someone's plate and someone else's food. So ask, please, and thank yous. What else should we do at the table or should not do at the table? Go ahead, Jamari.
Don't put food on the table.
Don't spill food on the table.
Yeah.
Don't put food on the table. So that's a good one. That's a good one. If you're eating something that might have bones in it, say chicken or something, and you're done with the bones, should you just put those on the table?
No.
No, you should not put those on the table. Where can you put those bones? Where can you put them?
In a plate.
In an empty plate. You might have your plate left over from your bread, might still be there. You can use that plate, or you can ask for extra napkins and put that in the napkin, so that when you're done, you can gather it up and put it in your plate that you're done eating in. But don't lay food or waste on the table. That's a no. That's a no. It's better to put it in a napkin, open the napkin, put it in the napkin and cover it while you're eating, because no one wants to see. It's kind of like chewed up food, like you chewed it up and spit it out. All right, Jacob, I see you got your hand raised.
Here's another thing you should not do. Don't try not to lap or anything when you have food in your mouth because you might choke.
You could choke and you could spit food out. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Good one. Thank you. Kyle, you had something else?
Oh yeah. Before I mentioned something, but another thing besides laughing, you might fall back if you're sitting in a chair if you're laughing.
Yeah, because you kind of throw yourself back.
Yeah.
You gotta be laughing really hard. Thank you.
So another thing I want to say is don't put your elbows on the table as well.
Don't put your elbows on the table. Because if you put your elbows on the table, what does that mean? That that might mean that you are not sitting correctly
Yeah.
at the table.
Yep.
Because to put your elbows on the table, you got to be leaning way forward
Bored.
to put your elbows on the table. So
Yeah.
your elbows should not. If you're sitting up like this, then there's no need for your elbows to be on the table because they're far away from the table.
Yep. I'm gonna get going.
All right. Thank you, Kyle.
Welcome. Bye there.
So, hi, Dora. Welcome.
Or in the trash.
Or in the trash. What in the trash? Your bones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should both
Yeah.
in the trash.
Yeah. But if you can't
That's
get,
what I say.
you don't want to be getting up and down from the table. So if you have bones, you can put them on the napkin until you are completely done. And then you just take the napkin, put it on your plate. So what is the signal? Thank you, Dora. What is the signal? How should you put your forks and utensils on your plate to signify that you are done? Because sometimes you might still have food on your plate and you're not going to eat any more of it. You don't want it to go plate and you're just done. So sometimes you need to place your fork and knife in a certain way to signify to the wait staff that you are done. Cynthia,
There's a question.
how should you place your fork and knife on your plate to signify to the wait staff that you are done and they can take your plate away?
Like if you're gonna go, like if you're gonna get finished with the food.
Say it again.
Can that finish it? You finish in the food.
If you're finished with your food, how should you lay your fork and knife on the dinner plate to signify to the wait staff
Because
that you're
it's
done?
dirty.
So not quite
Because
7:30,
it's
about
dirty.
7 o'clock. In the 7 o'clock position, side by side, or you can lay them directly across the dinner plate. So if you lay your fork and knife across your dinner plate, that's going to signify to the wait staff that you're done with your plate, and they're going to come and go ahead. Most of them will verify with you. Would you like me to take your plate?
No.
But they're going to think that you are done and come and try to collect your dishes. Okay, so if you're not done with it, don't put your fork and knife on that plate like that, okay?
No, that's so dirty. And we'll get wash it.
All right. Thank you, Cynthia.
How about them?
All right. Jacob, you had something? Go ahead.
I was gonna say in a triangle shape, place the knife and fork in a triangle shape.
The triangle shape,
Yeah,
that just like that
yes,
on there. I don't know if I haven't heard that one, but most times if the waiter, they usually most of your wait staff, they're very attentive, and if you put your knife and fork on the plate, especially if there's no food on the plate, then they'll always verify and ask you, would you like me to take that away?
yes. That's
Or
what
they'll
they,
ask if there's food on there, they'll ask you, did you need a to-go box?
Yeah.
You know, they don't want to, a lot of the times, they don't want to seem like they are rushing you to get done. But in these restaurants, the turnaround time is pretty quick because a lot of times, especially if it's good, they're going to have a line of people waiting. So they want you to enjoy your meal, but, you know, eat and go, eat and go.
Yeah. That's what they do on Sakuras. It's the same thing in buffets.
Right, right. Eat and go, eat and go. And they'll come and collect the dishes because they want you now at a buffet. That that brings up a good question, a good point, Jacob. Thank you. Thank you for
Huh?
that. Thank you.
Yeah.
At a buffet, you know how they have the plates at the buffet tables. You get your plate, you go and you finish eating what you have put on your plate already. Should you take that same plate and go up and get more food? Good job, good job. Should you use the same plate to go and refill when you're at a buffet? Anybody? Can you use the same plate to go and refill at an all you can eat restaurant, at a buffet restaurant? Mary?
I say no, Danielle.
No. That's right, Mary. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. Each time you go up to that buffet table to get more food, you use a clean plate. That's why they have them stacked up there for you to grab, and leave your dirty plate on the table, and the wait staff will come and get it from you so that you still have room to eat your food. So yes, at a buffet, do not take your same plate up to the buffet to get more food. All right? Good, good, good. All right, guys, you guys did great. Remember the
Danielle,
rules?
Danielle.
Yes, Alma?
Oh, I have another question.
What's your question?
No, um, if somebody say like me and you like talking right now,
Uh-huh.
if somebody used the like say the phone's ringing, I say, oh, sorry, I have to talk to the staff or counselor.
So if you're at, that's a good thing. If you, cell phones at the dinner table, should you be talking on your cell phone at the table?
No.
No. If it can wait, let it wait. If you're at dinner, you should not be on your phone. Okay? If you're not even lunch, dinner, if you're eating, you should not be on your cell phone. Plus, you don't want to get food and stuff all over your phone, right?
You right.
Right. Good one, Alma. Thank you.
You're welcome.